episode 5 for our Denver Nuggets franchise in the Kobe Bryant era. This is the 04-05 season, and in this video, we're going to be taking on Kevin Garnett and the Utah Jazz. KG already left Minnesota. Shocking, right? I know. And then after those highlights, we're going to simulate to the end of the season because I think we're going to make the playoffs. We're sitting pretty good at 25-16, and I want to just get into some more meaningful games, more high intensity. But in our previous video, we took on Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. We beat them, so that was pretty good. And then we had an exciting game, a simcast game with the Lakers, Kobe Bryant, Shaq. That one's a buzzer beater, so make sure to go check out that video. But make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way you can get notified anything new happens or drops. And we should be putting out an NCAA 2016 season, so that should be a bunch of fun as well. Now let's get in the starting lineup. Here it is, and this should be a good game. The Utah Jazz are 23-16, so it should be a tight one. You know our team. Gilbert is the star of the show, and then the Utah Jazz right there. Shammond Williams, I believe, for point guard. No idea. But then after that, Corey Maggette, Andre Kirilenko, and KG. So this should be a good one.
Back to Williams. Clock at 4. Nailed from three-point land. Down low. And Garnett with the slam. Back to Canby. And slam dunk by Canby.
And forget about finesse. This is all about the power.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Hammers the alley-oop through. Here's Arenas. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer.
And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And he double clutches and throws it down. Johnson against Maggette. Over Johnson. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Kevin Garnett doing a nice job.
Hedge. He's covered by Cassell. Here's Kirilenko. And it is flushed down with a nice jam. Blazers in Portland.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also.
Screen on Wallace. And the rejection by Smith. Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Cassell. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
To deliver at the free throw line.
Smith pass to Wallace. And it's Wallace slamming it down. And taken away by Arenas. 3-on-3. And Crawford gets it to go on the assist by Arenas. The Nuggets lead by 5. Oh, and there's the alley-oop, and Wallace slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
Crawford with the ball. Foul guarded by Stevenson. That one falls. And now it's a 9-point Denver lead. Here's Arenas. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. And he drops it in from the low post. Now here's Williams. He's got 6. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's the Jazz from deep. They're on a 17-6 run. Here's Arenas. And he banks in the layup. Arenas has got 16. Pass to Mason. There's the triple. They get it back.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent. Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific. On defense, a big guy who takes pride in his shot blocking.
Ostertag pass to Garnett. And Garnett with the slam. Garnett with a screen on Johnson. And that one's good by Maggette. Jazz have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Put that bucket in no time at all. In half a play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And a wide open look for Arenas. The Nuggets with another miss in the game. Seeding. And the rejection by Smith. Here's Mason. Takes it inside. Plays it up and banks it in. Smith with a screen on Stevenson. Mason plays it up off the glass. Collins setting the pick for Maggette. He was all alone on that one. Maggette's got 14. Third, still 0 for 3. Kicks it out to Crawford. And it falls over the rim and in. 15 points for Jamal Crawford. Out to the right wing. It's taken away by Smith. Up the floor. Here's Mason. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam. 1:16 left in the third. Over in the corner, Bender connects from three-point range. He couldn't capitalize. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Wallace. 4 to shoot. Here's Telfair. There's the drive. And it's good. The time running down in the shot clock. Here is Telfair. He's guarded by Stevenson. And Bender throws it down.
And really just unselfish basketball. Team first guy. Willing to do whatever it takes to win.
The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room.
I was wrong. That one was not exciting at all. We win that one 96-71. Their backcourt absolutely stunk. Gilbert Arenas and Jamal Crawford dominated, and they just couldn't get any good looks. Corey Maggette tried to do everything he could, but he sucked and was ineffective. So we dominated in bench points. We dominated in fast break points. We dominated in points in the paint. Now let's go look at the player stats. Here are the Jazz. Garnett, 9 points. That's not going to be enough. 4 of 10 shooting. He had the ball around the three-point line. Just wasn't going to get the job done. Corey Maggette, 23 points, but he was 10 of 23 from the field. Not good there. So they just kind of absolutely sucked. And then we take a look at the Nuggets, and Gilbert Arenas dominated. 12 of 23. I kind of started forcing up some silly shots towards the end, so his field percentage definitely went down. But Crawford with him, just that backcourt for the Jazz was not good, and they cooked the entire time, getting right past them and to the hoop. Now, let's get into simulating rest this season. So we'll start small. We'll simulate into the trade deadline, see if any teams made any big moves. We're not gonna. We're 26-16, looking pretty good in the West, so I believe we'll make those playoffs. Let's go there first. So we stopped for no reason. There was no really big trades at all. There was a couple small little ones, but that's about it. Let's get back into simulating. We've won our last 10 games. Let's go ahead and simulate to the beginning of that All-Star week. See who's in it. Probably just Gilbert Arenas, but let's go take a look. We're gonna start in the East. Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony. That side is stacked with some of the best athletes in the world. And then you go out west. Kobe Bryant, and there's our boy, Gilbert Arenas. Makes the All-Star team. Nobody else on our team made it, but that is what it is. Pretty stacked here, too. Then we go to the dunk contest. Man, only if this would have happened in real life. LeBron James, but it never did. Then Amari Stoudemire, Fred Jones, and Richard Jefferson. Three-point contest. Let's see here. Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kyle Korver, Chris Bosh. That's why Portland's doing good. You got Bosh hitting almost at a 500%. Pretty decent there. Wally Zubriak and Tracy McGrady. Man, if he wasn't hurt right now, who knows what that would look like. And here's the rookies. Got Dwight Howard, Sean Livingston. Let's see if, yep, there is Josh Smith. He makes the rookies team. And then the sophomores team, it's absolutely stacked. So we don't even need to do that. So let's see how the All-Star teams turn out and then get back to simulating. The Rising Star game, the rookies did pretty decent, not too bad. 108-117. Dwight Howard, 20 points, 11 rebounds. So pretty all-around game for everybody there. And then you go to the sophomores. Dwayne Wade, 38 points, and LeBron James, 31. They absolutely carried them. As you can see up top, three-point contest winner Paul Pierce, and then the dunk champion is LeBron James. I got a feeling if he would have participated, he would have won at least one in the dunk contest in real life, but it is what it is. Now let's go to that All-Star game. All right, it's a close one in the fourth quarter. We're going to jump in 140-139. The West are on top. Let's take a look, see how everybody's doing. All right, we got Shaq at the free throw line, and he misses. That kind of figures. Vince Carter for the East, dribbling the ball up, gets it to Allen Iverson. Look at those jerseys. That's some old school stuff right there. Allen Iverson going left, shoots a three-pointer. That's not what AI does. Shaq with the rebound. Gets it out to Dirk. That is a big frickin' lineup. Dirk, Shaq, and Yao Ming, and Elton Brand, and Kevin Garnett. What is the West doing here? I don't get it. Shaq posting up down low. This should be barbecue chicken alert. Two guys coming. He still forces it up, throws up some garbage. Boozer with the rebound. Gives it up to Vince Carter. These guys need a run, and that's what he's doing. He takes it to, Elton Brand with the stuff. Kevin Garnett now with the ball, bringing it up. Looking like he's going to play some point guard. Not quite sure. Darting him. Shaq down low. Hook over Boozer, not going in. Shaq against AI. That's going to be buckets all day. Timeout for the East. All right. Looks like the lineup's a little bit better for the West. Not a whole bunch of tall giants. Allen Iverson from the mid-range needs to knock it down. No. Shaq comes away with the rebound. Up to Nash. West up 3 with a minute left, basically gets the ball to Kobe. Kobe hoists up a three-pointer. No. Shaq, I thought, was going to get the offensive rebound. Nope. Paul Pierce now dribbling it up and kicks it to Allen Iverson. He's shot a couple now. Kevin Garnett mauls him from the back. Wasn't a chance. After knocking down the first one, lines up the second one, and that is in as well. East only down now 1 with a minute to go. Nash going to bring up the ball slow and methodical Allen Iverson, ready to play some defense. Kobe Bryant coming off a screen. He's open to the left. Nash gets him the ball, and Kobe just kind of thinks about it. That's not a thing. Any shot that was open or guarded, he was taking it. LeBron James guarding Tim Duncan, and there's a reach on LeBron. That sent Tim Duncan to the free throw line. He hit the first one and the second one, putting the West back up 4. Gets the ball into Allen Iverson. You got T-Mac, Carmelo, LeBron, and Paul Pierce. Allen takes it right at Nash and scoop and score for the layup. 39 seconds, West up 1. Nash looking funny with that haircut. I think he needs a haircut, but it is what it is. Kobe Bryant. Oh, nope. Thought he was going to get the ball. Nope, they're going to get Shaq and Nash in a pick and roll. Nash driving against AI. Takes it. O'Neal there gets the rebound. Nash now with the ball. They have to foul. Not looking good for the East. Nash made the first one after an intentional foul. Hits the second one. We'll see how this goes. If they don't hit it, we'll be out of here. Big play right here. 20 seconds left. Down 3. They got to get a quick basket or hit a three-pointer, or nothing's good going to happen. Tracy McGrady, they're already in that three-point contest. Step back, no. Pull it from the mid-range, doesn't knock it down, and they're going to have to foul. And so we're not going to sit here and watch free throws. West win 148-143. We weren't going to sit around and watch free throws. That's just boring. So pretty cool watching all those players. But now let's go take a look at all the player stats. This is what we wanted to see. Tracy McGrady, 22 points, and everybody else, right there. They did absolutely everything. LeBron James, 12 points and 10 dimes. So pretty good there for the East. And then go out West, and Kobe Bryant, 30 points in that performance. Shaq, 19 and 13. Kevin Garnett, pretty good game. Steve Nash passed the ball pretty well. Gilbert, not too bad. 12 points and 7 assists. Now let's get back into simulating. We're 32 and 18. Now we're going to simulate a big chunk. Probably all of it, but maybe not. If there's an injury or something happens, I need to adjust things, I definitely will, and I'll kind of update you guys for that one. But let's get to simulating. We were 32 and 18. We are 39 and 21 now, so did pretty good. Gilbert Arenas is injured. So it's only like 1 or 2 weeks. Shouldn't be that big a deal. I believe Jamal Crawford is also injured, so both guards being down is not a very good thing, but with a record of 39 and 21, it shouldn't affect us too much, so we'll continue simulating. With 2 weeks left of the season, we are looking solid. 50 and 23, I'll absolutely take that. Let's look into some of the standings, look at this playoff race, see how it's shaping out. I hope we're like number 1 or number 2, but we'll see what happens. Up top, as I can see there right now, power ranking number 1 and conference rank number 1 looks pretty decent to me. We're sitting at number 1 in the West. Good to see that. We've clinched a playoff berth. Things are interesting though in this West. From the 5th spot to the 10th spot is only separated by a few games. So you got the San Antonio Spurs, Stephon Marbury, Amari Stoudemire, Dwight Howard, the Warriors, Utah Jazz and Kevin Garnett, the Clippers and the Kings all fighting just for 3 more spots. That is definitely going to be interesting because only 8 teams make it. But now if we go out to the East, a bunch of teams have already clinched it. You got the Bulls and the Heat with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James already making it. Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady. Then you got the Wizards. We'll have to take a look at that team. I don't remember who's on it. Jay Will, Kwame Brown at 86 overall, Jerry Stackhouse. They got a decent team, but crazy. And then the Atlanta Hawks, Carmelo Anthony. He just hasn't figured out with this Hawks team, probably because Dan Mitchell is a starting point guard at 66 overall. That's not going to get the job done. That team sucks. Pistons, Cavs, it's tight here at the bottom, but nothing like the West. But those top teams in the East are absolutely stacked. Let's go look at some player stats. We're not going to spin long here. Tracy McGrady leading the league in points per game. Then Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, and LeBron James. Pretty nice there. And then if you go to rebounds, you got Tim Duncan at the very top, Zach Randolph, Ben Wallace. And then if you go over to assists, not a whole bunch of assists going around. Dwayne Wade is my shocking one still, 8.2. That is pretty freaking impressive. LeBron James, the most steals in the league, followed by Ron Artest. Go figure there. Meta World Peace. And then you got Tim Duncan, Andre Karolinko, 4 blocks. Now, let's go take a look at that awards race. Here's the race with only 2 weeks to go. LeBron James sitting at the top right now, followed by Allen Iverson, Chris Bosh, holy smokes, Shaquille O'Neal, and Tim Duncan. And then for the Rookie of the Year, Luol Deng, Devin Harris, Dwight Howard, Edwin James. I gotta believe he's a 2K guy. Okay, thought so. Josh Smith, surprisingly. Not great stats, does good for me. Not much when we simulate. 6th Man of the Year, Eddie Curry, Nene, Jason Williams, Quentin Richardson, Boris Diaw. Nothing super special. Defensive Player of the Year, holy smokes, LeBron James. We already saw his player stats. That could be why. Tim Duncan with all the rebounds. And then you go Most Improved Player. Everybody on the Bobcats because new team and they sucked. Dwayne Wade, Most Improved. They got into the deep in the playoffs last year. I can't believe that. That is just absolutely shocking. Clutch Player of the Year, Shaq, okay, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Allen Iverson, and Steve Nash. So that's what the race looks like. We'll take a look at the very end just to see who got all the awards. And now they're official. We got the MVP winner there, LeBron James, 28.3 points per game. Pretty freaking impressive, as he's only in year 2 of this franchise already. And then you go to the Rookie of the Years. That's Luol Deng for the Bobcats. Pistons, Boris Diaw got 6th man. Tim Duncan, Defensive Player of the Year, pretty cool there. And then Turkoglu is the Most Improved Player. And Coach of the Year, who cares? But it is our guy, so kind of care a little bit. Let's go to see who got first team, and it goes to Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, and Shaq for all NBA first team. Second team, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, and there's the rest of them. All NBA third team, you got Steve Nash, Pau Gasol, Carmelo Anthony, and then all defensive team, a bunch of just absolute defensive studs. Second team for defense, Shaq, not too bad. Then you got Jason Kidd. Must have got a lot of steals because I can't remember him being that great at defense, where he was getting all NBA teams, but I could be wrong. Rookie of the Years, or not Rookie of the Years, first team rookie goes Dwight Howard, Luol Deng, Devin Harris, Anderson Varejao, and then the 2K guy, Edwin Adams. Small screen, hard to see. Here's the rest of the guys, all rookie. Second team, we got a guy in Josh Smith. So there it is. Let's go take a look at the playoff picture and wrap up this video. All right, this is what it's looking like. Here we are, number 1 against the number 8 team, Utah Jazz. So we just faced them. We put a beat down on them, so I'm looking like that's going to be a pretty easy one for us. And then we got Portland against the Clippers. Here's the Portland's team. Once again, not too bad, but I'm surprised that they're in the playoffs that deep already. And then the Clippers, they got a good big 3, but after that, their backcourt absolutely struggles. And then we got the Grizzlies and the Warriors. Let's see who's on these teams. Pretty, good, decent team right there. Got a decent amount of players that can actually play some basketball, unlike some of the other teams that are 3 guys good and then 2 guys that suck. And then, I forgot to look at the Warriors. Let's see who we have here. Jason Richardson, Antoine Jameson, Eric Dampier. Nothing super great, but we'll see what happens. And then at the bottom, this one should be interesting. We got the Lakers against the Suns. Stephon Marbury, Dwight Howard, Mari Stoudemire for the Suns, and then Kobe and Shaq for the Lakers. I got a feeling the Lakers are going to cruise. So hopefully it's going to be us against the Lakers in the Eastern or Western Conference Finals. That will be a bunch of fun. And then over in the East, we got the Bulls number 1 and the Heat at number 2. Those guys, they did it last year. They're here again. So the Bulls will be taking on the Pistons. The Wizards will be taking on the Magic and Tracy McGrady. And Allen Iverson will be taking on Carmelo Anthony and the Atlanta Hawks. And LeBron James will be taking on Cleveland and the Cavs. So that's the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way you can get notified when we start these playoffs and have a bunch of fun chasing the championship.